process to enter the NHS for those who are aspiring to come to the UK to work as doctors. I'm an international medical graduate and I'm trying to help others as well. Alright, as you have rightly read from this title of this video, this is all you need to know about PLAB 1. I'm going to make a comprehensive video with as much knowledge and information I have so that I can help you guys out. Alright, so first of all, what is the PLAB 1 exam? So PLAB 1 exam is the most common entry path which is used to enter into the UK, as you all would know by now. So what is the format of the exam? So it is an MCQ exam, and can everyone give the exam? Yes. All you need to do is fulfill two criteria. A, you should be a medical graduate, and B, you need to have IELTS or OET, other acceptable English qualifications by the GMC. There is a whole list of those in the GMC website. I highly recommend you check those out. So, medical graduate, I come from India. So, being a medical graduate in India and being a medical graduate in other countries might mean different things. In India, medical graduate degree is awarded, the MBBS degree is awarded once and only if you have finished the internship. But in other countries, I know from experience and from friends that in Pakistan, for example, the medical graduate, you can be a medical graduate before finishing your house job. But before giving the PLAB 1 exam, I highly recommend that you finish your house job or your internship, and then you go ahead and prepare for this exam. So how much does it cost? It costs around 230 British pounds, which is roughly 21,000, 22,000 at 20,000 rupees, Indian rupees at this moment in time. What's the format of the exam? It's a MCQ exam, as I rightly said earlier, and I think the stem of the exams is getting longer and longer now, but even then it is still a very straightforward exam. Let me tell you, it's a very easy exam. It is very easily doable. So rest assured, I'm sure with right amount of practice, right amount of preparation, passing score in this exam is around 65 to 70%, around which makes it around 120 to 130 marks if it's as there are 180 MCQs. So if you score anything more 130, it's more likely. Do scores matter? Nope. The simple answer is no, the scores do not matter. Any person who scores 180 out of 180 is the same as anyone who just passes the exam. Schedule. When does the exam take place and where does it take place? In UK and overseas location. The list of all the overseas location is on the GMC website. I highly recommend you check those out to see if your country is on the list. Otherwise you will have to go to the closest country and give the exam. So on the overseas location, the exam takes place in March and November. In UK it takes place, in addition to March and November, it takes place in June and September. Do you need coaching for this exam? There is no right or wrong answer to this. I personally did not take coaching for this exam, and I do not think that most of the people actually take coaching for this exam. As I said earlier, it's an easy exam, easy to pass. But when you take coaching, they provide you with a set format which you need to follow. It becomes more of a time frame bound thing, and I understand many people can benefit from that. They'll provide you with question banks, they'll provide you with mock exams, and that is all what you would, materials are freely available on the internet as well. So, do you need coaching? I didn't, and most of my friends didn't. Do you need coaching? You'll have to judge it for yourself, but I think you just need to give it time and see how it goes for you. Now coming to studying for the PLAB 1 exam. How do you study for the PLAB 1 exam? Time frame wise, so there is no fixed time frame. It really depends on your study pattern, how you study. I studied for less than 2 months, or approximately 2 months, and was ready to give the exam. To keep it on a safer side, anything between 8 to 16 weeks should be fine. Even I know people who have passed the exam with even a month of preparation. As long as you're committed, you're dedicated, and you're ready to put the hard work in, it should be easy. It should be an easy exam. Now, what is the syllabus for the exam? What do you read? So no basic sciences are tested, so you do not need to read anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, thank God. But at the same time, clinical knowledge is tested. Most of the exam is based on medicine, and you will get occasional questions from surgery, psychiatry, medicine, ethics, etc. as well. Now, what do you read? What do you read for the exam? So the gold two things which you cannot leave These are the two most important things that you need to do to pass this exam. The 1700 MCQs, there are few versions of those. I use Dr. Khalid's and they are really good. Although there's a few discrepancy between answers from different sources, but I would highly recommend using Dr. Khalid's 1700 notes. The next resource which you need to do, which is again indispensable in my review, is the mock questions. You can get these mock questions from any of the websites, even the PLAB groups. I did there are 7 mocks, which basically 200 questions each, so 1400 questions and 1700 questions, so roughly around 3100 questions. So these are the questions which you need to do. What is good to do? And then there are some things which you can do if you have time on your hand. Other questions like resources like Oxford Handbook, Samson's Question Bank, Past Medicine. Coming to these resources, do these only if you have time on your hand. Once you're done with these 1700 MCQs and the mocks, then only you come to other resources. Do not make the mistake of reading OHCM cover to cover. Use it only as a reference. Use Past Medicine only if you have too much time on your hand and you do not know what to do with it. Otherwise, you do not need Past Medicine. And similarly, other question banks which are available like Samson's and PLABable. Next important thing to remember in this exam is the use of social media. So Facebook was my best friend during this exam. There are numerous groups on PLAB 1, PLAB 2, etc. Join these groups. There are loads of media files which will help you, which are there to download freely, and they will give you the mocks, they will give you the 1700 questions, and those are your best friends. Post your questions there. People will help you. And now let's discuss what to expect on the day of the exam. So on the day of the exam, I reached there an hour early. I dressed very casually. There is no dress code for the exam, so you can wear whatever you're comfortable in. Next thing is what you're allowed in the exam is HB pencil and an eraser, and what you need to bring with the exam, otherwise you will not be granted entry. So do not forget to bring those. Is the passport, and then is your GMC confirmation of the exam. These are the 2 essential things that you need to bring in the exam, and that's it. There's a lot of commotion going on around the exam, but I would say just stay relaxed, stay calm, but at the same time I would always remind you that it's an easy exam. It's very easily doable, so do not worry about it. If you have prepared hard and you've done your mocks, you've done your 1700 MCQs, I do not see reason why it should not be able to pass the exam. But being confident in yourself is of the utmost importance. So believe in yourself and you can do it. So when I entered the exam, I was confident that I had done my preparation and I was ready to face the exam heads on, and that's what happened. So when the examiner distributed the paper, I saw it and I knew most of the questions. I finished the exam an hour early and slept through the next hour or so. After finishing the exam, I knew I was going to pass, and thanks to God, that's what happened. So believe in yourself and you can do it. Thank you. Let me know if you have any more questions. Feel free to comment or ask, and feel free to share. And there you go.